Welcome into the round pen. I believe this is about day 15 or so with Neo, little Appaloosa gelding here. And yesterday, I brought him out. Yesterday was his Monday and was riding him around, and this little guy decided he bucked with me yesterday. And it wasn't horrible. I didn't fall off, which that tells you a lot right there because I'm not a bronc rider. He only bucked about 4 or 5 steps. Really didn't count them because I was screaming to Jesus and grabbing hold of the saddle horn while it was happening. But I stayed on, and in thinking back on it, it didn't feel like a scared buck. And here's the thing, 99% of young horses like this, when they buck, they're scared. And you've heard me say it many times, if you don't scare them, they won't buck. It just didn't feel that way to me. It felt more like a leave me alone, stop that kind of a buck, which you rarely get out of young horses, rarely. Older horses that have kind of been taught to buck, they're the ones that'll do that to you. Younger ones almost never. So I'm not sure, you know, I'm just saying what I felt. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just checking his back for any signs of pain, and I don't see any. I'm pushing pretty hard on his spine here on both sides, and he's not showing me anything that's bothering him. So that's one of the first things you want to kind of rule out. If a horse does something like that, you want to make sure that nothing's hurting them. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So how am I going to work with this? First of all, I'm gonna deal with both possibilities. Possibility number 1, he bucked because he was scared. Possibility number 2, he bucked because he was ticked off and he wanted me to quit. I'm gonna deal with both of those, and I'll have to do them separately. First thing I'm gonna do here, which is something I have not done with him, is I'm going to put a flank rope on him. I typically do this with most horses, but I don't believe I did it with him. If I did, I don't recall it. So what I'm going to do is bring this rope under his belly, and I'm just going to find out if he's cinchy, okay? And I kind of think he's not, but this is just a little checklist that I'm going to go through. Okay, so I'm going to send him around here. Go, go, and start putting pressure on his belly. Okay, good. I didn't think that would bother him. All right. Ooh. Now I'm going to put it back in, actually put it in his flanks, where the buckins, where the string would be if he was a bucking horse. Now I'm going to start putting pressure. It's not a lot, maybe a pound or 2 of pressure. But he's not reacting to that, okay? So, he's not cinchy. And I didn't think he was, but this is just stuff to check, okay? Stuff to check out, all right? Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to tie up a front leg. So that one, what I just did, that was dealing with it if it's possibility that he bucked because he was scared. This one is more of the other possibility, was he just ticked off at me and trying to tell me that he wants to be the boss, okay? And I don't typically do this with every single horse, but I'm going to do it with him today. So I'm gonna, this rope, I have done a lot with his feet, as far as, you know, picking up his feet, pulling him around and everything. What I have not done is this right here. I'm going to throw, and this is a real big soft cotton rope. I didn't ask you to move off there, buddy. Okay. What I've not done is show him that I can, in some instances, overpower him. Okay. And again, a lot of horses don't really need this, but I think this one does. It won't hurt him anyway. So, he's like, what are you doing? This I've never done before. I'm just going to let him stand there and figure out that that foot is tied up. And what they'll do is jump right on top of you if you're not careful. Okay? Okay. All right. So this is me showing him that I have more control of him than he thought I had. Okay? Move your hip. Good. Okay. And if he wants to lay down, I'll let him. He might just lay down. I don't know. Okay, good. So, you know, that may not seem like much, but this horse, and I mentioned this on the previous video, this horse is like freaky smart. And I know that's hard to see just watching a video, so you kind of have to take my word for it. And a lot of it, I feel it when I'm riding him, because he's constantly thinking real fast, much more so than most horses. That's just because he's really smart. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, and I have done this before, when I did it before, rope a hind leg, I did it to teach him to give to pressure, give to the pressure of the rope and that sort of thing, and I did not pull very hard. And it didn't take a whole lot, as I recall. Today, I'm going to do it for a different reason. I'm going to do it to teach him that I can control his movements. And I mean seriously control them. Okay? All right. All right, so I'm going to take the lead rope off here. So when I did this before, all I was doing was trying to help him to deal with the pressure, deal with the stress and the fear of it. Today, I have a different purpose. Today, my purpose is to teach him that I can be in charge, even when he doesn't want me to be. So I'm going to pull a little harder than I did last time. Not hard enough to hurt him, but instead of an ounce of pressure, I'm going to put about 2 pounds of pressure on this rope right here. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. And let him know when I say that word, I can enforce it. So I'm kind of bluffing him a little bit, all right? He's trotting around. I'm going to say the word, woo. And expect him to yield to that rope. By the way, there is a technique that can be used with a truly bronchi bucking horse. I've never done it because I'm not nearly good enough with a rope to do it. Okay, but I can tell you what it is. What they do is, person gets on the bronchi horse, somebody else who's really good with a rope gets behind them, and they put that rope on that hind leg, and whenever that horse starts bucking, they jerk them up short and back up like this, like that, and stop that horse from bucking by pulling his hind leg out from under him. It's pretty extreme, but it works. Okay, and you would only do it on a horse that was kind of known to be an outlaw. But it's kind of the same thing. And he's actually responding pretty nicely to this, so I'm just going to do it one more time and then probably quit. And woo! Okay, so he stopped better that time, gave to it better. All right, so I'm just reinforcing in a pretty strong way. I'm in charge of this outfit. And you need to do what I say even if you don't want to. Okay, see him pull that leg back? I want him to give it to me here. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to saddle him up, do a few other things.